Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and welcome to the first video of Full Metal Alchemist Month. For this one we are going to cover the first countdown of it, my top 10 favorite Full Metal Alchemist characters. Now it's no surprise that this happens to be a full countdown devoted to just Full Metal Alchemist characters because, well, both Full Metal Alchemists are my favorite anime. So, for this one, we're going to cover my favorite characters in them, obviously. Now, to get a few things out of the way. 1. I'm not going to be covering the movies. No offense to the characters of the movies, but I'm covering just the series, not the movies. 2. I'll be covering both series. So that means characters from both series will appear, but this is the catch. Some will be tied if I think they're the equal value. Some will come from one series, some will come from another. An example would be like how I preferred Lust in the 2003 version, but I didn't like her in Brotherhood. Whereas the reverse is true of Gluttony, where I don't like Gluttony so much in the first series, but like him more in the second. Now, with all that out of the way, let us begin. Number 10. Scar from both FMAs. Now, I'll be very honest here and say, out of all the characters on this list, Scar is possibly the most brutal. Both series start him out as a cold-blooded killer, it looks like. And I really have to say that's scary, and he's also the result of losing everything. Your home, your friends, your family, everything for him is gone. And all he has left is his rage. And that can be pretty dang scary sometimes. I also like how he develops as a character. We see a lot more of his rage in Brotherhood, and we see a lot more of the anguish in the original Full Metal. And to be honest, I like how both series take advantage of him. And I also like how they both end up in both series, though admittedly I kinda wish that he had a bit of a nicer ending in the original, but at least Brotherhood did give me a satisfactory ending with him. Oh well, you get what you get, on to the next one. Number 9. Maes Hughes from both FMAs. Now, I'm going to be very honest and say this right flat out. Maes Hughes is one of the most likable characters in the show. Seriously, you get the fact that he's a really nice guy, and the fact that he's definitely over-obsessive as a father. He really is a great father to his daughter and his wife, and is a great husband. And to be honest, and this is a personal matter thing, if I was a father, I would love to be someone similar to Maes Hughes, at least in those regards. Now, his fate is the same in both series, so there's no point in getting into them, and I think most FMA fans know his fate anyways. It's not a secret anymore. And to be honest, it is one of the saddest moments in the series. I won't deny that ever. But another thing that I really like about Maes Hughes is just how kind he is and how he would help out anyone if they were in trouble. Just look at Ed and Al. He helped them out with very little questioning. And hey, he might tease someone or like Roy at times, but you get the sense he really does care about these people. And that's what I really like about him. The only reason he's lower on the list is just because I like the other characters more. But in terms of being a father, he's up there with Akio Furukawa on Clannad as one of my favorite father figures in anime. And he is my number 9 favorite FMA character. Number 8. Solf J. Kimblee, Brotherhood only. Now, I'm going to be very honest here and say this flat out. In terms of the niceness, Maes Hughes was a better character. Why the hell do I like Kimblee more? Simply for how evil he is. First and foremost, this guy is a sociopath. And a sociopath is, from what I understand of it, a person with zero empathy. Combine that with some psychotic tendencies, and you have the basic version of Kimblee. What I like about this Kimblee more, Brotherhood's Kimblee more, however, is how different he is compared to the 2003. I should mention this right now, I don't like 2003 Kimblee. Not at all. This one is interesting. He wears a white suit. He enjoys everything he does. He doesn't care. And you cannot tell if this guy is lying through the skin of his teeth or if he's genuinely being kind at times. Also, his philosophy is well twisted, can be scarily understandable, and I consider him a very creepy character at times because of that. And I'll be honest here, he's a favorite of mine for those kind of reasons. The downside to his character, however, is that he is so evil. Actually, one of the crowning moments with Kimblee was nearing the end when he actually helped the heroes once he realized that the side he was working for was not only beaten, but beaten badly. And he decided to help out the hero. I like it when a villain helps a hero, even if it is for more selfish motives. But besides all that, Kimblee is my number 8. Number 7. Alex Louise Armstrong from both series. Now, I'm going to say this flat out right now. Alex Louise Armstrong is funny. When it comes to characters I find for hilarity factor, Alex Louise Armstrong is personally my favorite when it comes to FMA. I like him in both series due because of his kind-hearted nature. Examples are, in Brotherhood, he was part of the Ishvalan Civil War and had to leave because he not only didn't agree with what they were doing there, but he also had a bit of a breakdown. You got to see how gentle and kind he really is. Yeah, he can fight. Really good, in fact, but he really has a hard time fighting at all if he has, and only does it as a last resort, I think. Also, he's got probably some of the best one-liners ever. Like, look at some of the clips on YouTube or anywhere of seeing him. He is hilarious to watch, at least for me. If I will go into one thing I don't always like about him, it could be the fact that he's shirtless so much. And as one of the bloopers in FMA, Brotherhood once said for Greed, "Would you put on a fucking shirt?" Okay, bloopers on Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood are hilarious, by the way. But enough on that subject, back to Alex. So again, my one problem with him, why does he have to take off his shirt so much? But other than that, I really like his character, and that's why he's my number 7. Number 6. Alphonse Elric from both series. Now, yes, I think people are not going to like me for the choice of putting Alphonse so much lower on my top 10 than I think he probably deserves, but there were times that I got kind of annoyed with him, or thought you could have done this better, or something like that. But to be very honest, he is a kid, and you really have to remember that. What I like about his character is that he truly is a kid, and how naive he still is of the world, compared to his big brother, who's far more cynical of things. Like it or not, Edward is cynical, and Alphonse still has a lot of the innocence of a kid. So that's how I view it. Heck, the voice actor in the original 2003 series was a kid at the time. And a male kid. You don't see that often. But enough on that. The best thing I think with him was easily during the Battle of Central in Brotherhood. You don't see very much of him up until the last few episodes, and what he does for his brother shows the love these two have for one another as brothers, and the fact that both of them would do anything to save the other. And we see multiple examples of that. So I do really like Alphonse from both series. I just don't always agree with everything either brother does, but then again, when do I ever? But for now, both Alphonse are on my number 6.